All right. So a lot of really cool stuff going on in this lick. We have a great use of chromaticism throughout. We have it over the 2-5 in a more of an inside sort of way. And then when we get to the 1 chord, we still have some more chromaticism, but it's being used in much more of an outside sort of sound. Really fascinating. And there are certain players that are, really known for their chromatic playing, and Wallace Roney is definitely one of them. Just an absolute monster of a trumpet player who tragically passed away recently because of COVID. But I can't say enough good things about his playing. If you've never checked him out, I would highly recommend checking out Wallace Roney. And he's doing this over Daahoud, over the bridge to the 2-5-1 to A flat major. And we're going to start up here. We're going to start with our pinky on D flat on the first string. Then our pointer finger goes to F on the second string. We slide it down a fret and then slide it back up. So intervallically, it's the flatted third, and then we go to the 5, and then we do a half step below and a half step back up. So just chromatic below to the 5. All right, now here's my favorite part of the chromaticism over the 2 chord. Really amazing sound. So what we're doing there, put our ring finger on C, then pull off to B flat with our pointer finger, and then just move it down a half step to B and A. Same thing where I pick the B and I pull off to the A, and then your pointer finger goes to B flat, pick that note. So we have... So if we look at those couple notes right there, the way the chromaticism is working is intervallically we start on the second, we go down to the root, and then he just moves that exact pattern down a half step. So now we have the flatted second and the major seventh, which is one above and one below the target note being B flat. So if we look, these two notes are surrounding that B flat note, a half step up, a half step down. So just a perfect way to weave into, a note that's inside the chord. Okay? So once we land on that note, that's beat 1 of the E flat 7 chord. So you could say that he's landing on the 5th of the E flat 7 chord. Now right here, once we get there, we go right down the scale, B flat, A flat, G, F. So I'm actually pulling off from the A flat to the G with my pinky and ring finger. Then I pick F. And then slide up a half step to G flat. All right, now I would say what's going on right there is he's doing a little chromatic to the sharp 9 of the dominant 7 chord. So I would look at these couple notes as 2 above, 1 below. Just like we were talking about with the B flat minor, right? There's a target note that we're surrounding with chromatics. And to me, the way that the line, works, I think, to me, it sounds like that's the note that's being surrounded with the chromaticism. So 2 above and 1 below to the sharp 9 of the dominant 7 chord. So now, so far, we have... Now right here, put your ring finger on E, which is our flatted 9th, pointer finger on D flat, and then ring finger back on E. So I'm pulling off, I guess, from the E to the D flat. This one is so fast, it's kind of hard to figure out what the articulations are unless you play it up to speed. And then pick E again. So pull off from E to D flat and then pick E again. So right there, intervallically, flat 9, flatted 7th, flat 9. So once he lands on that sharp 9 of the E flat 7 chord, he goes sharp 9, flat 7, flat 9. Okay? Now that's everything over the 2-5. Now right here, when we get to the A flat major chord, he goes... I'm sorry. Right. So that part is really wild. So if we look at all of these notes, like I said, most of them don't really make sense in relation to A flat major, but the thing that I stumbled on that I thought was fascinating is all of these notes up to there, all of that is basically like chromatic approach tones to G major. So if we look at these notes, pointer finger on D flat, pinky on E, and then pull off to E flat, pointer finger back on D flat, and then slide up a fret to D. And then we do like this 1, 2, 3, 5, D, E, F sharp, A. So now from right here, we do pinky on A, pull off to A flat with your ring finger, pointer finger on F sharp, and then hammer on to G. So when I said that all of these notes work in the key of G major, right, you could look at this as a chromatic approach to the 5 of G major, right, half step below and then 2 above. And then right here, same thing, 2 above, 1 below to the root of G major, but obviously it's being played over an A flat major chord. So to me, you know, obviously I don't know exactly what he was thinking when he was playing this, but I think he might just be taking the key that we're in and just moving everything down a half step. So like, you know, if you're an A flat major, if you took this same lick and moved it up a half step, you'd have, right? So I think he might just be playing something that you would typically use, you know, some chromaticism over A flat major, but he's just moving it all down a half step, and it creates such an outside amazing sound. So and right here, then at the end he brings it back to A flat major with just a couple of notes. So then after we land on that G, after we land on the G, hammer onto the pinky on A, and then pointer finger on B, middle finger on C sharp, and then pull off from the C sharp to the C. So at that point, I think that's where he's getting back into the A flat major territory, because then we land on the major third. Okay, and then ring finger on A, pinky on B flat, pointer finger on C. So that's interesting right there, because the A is the flat 9 against A flat, right? But he slides it up a half step to the regular 9, so maybe he's thinking just chromatically from the flat 9 to the natural 9 back to the third. Just such an amazing sound, really great use of chromaticism. So the entire thing really slow would be. All right, so just so many great things going on in that lick. The chromaticism that's being utilized over the 2 and the 5, the way that he does the chromatic approach to the sharp 9 of the dominant chord, really cool. Not something that we see as commonly used as doing chromatic approaches to chord tones, but it's an example of how you can do the same thing to an altered tone, which is awesome. And then that really outside use of chromaticism over the 1 chord, just by taking all of these regular chromatic ideas you would use and moving it down a half step, creates this whole new sound. So a really amazing line. So that is our lick for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. And as always, if you would like to support the channel, you can do so at patreon.com/MikeGaudetteMusic. That's our episode for this week. Thank you for watching, and I will see you at the next episode. Take care.